a little different because it leans away. I'm tucked back in between the houses so that we can, you know, more easily get to the trees and there's less room to go. But you know, the thing that kind of sucks about this is nobody in the neighborhood can see my truck because I'm tucked back in the houses, so it's like less advertisement right there. I should make these guys pull the brush to the road just so that I'm on the road and people can see the truck. We got this like 120-foot fir that's coming out, and then these alders are coming out too. That little cherry's coming out. We got the 925 Vermeer mini skid. I so wanted to rig these trees off of the fir, but the yard won't support the whole size of the tree coming in and laying into it because of the deck here and the fencing and the brush and everything. So I'm probably just gonna climb this forward one and just do a traditional setup here, rigging setup, where I, you know, get rid of the stuff on the front one and then rig everything all the back to the front and just come straight down with it right here. But I totally wanted to use the fir behind me to rig out these alders completely, the whole trees, but I just don't have the inches I need to do it. I don't see any raccoons. There was some fresh raccoon scat at the bottom of the tree, but I don't see any raccoons up here. It's humid today. I should have done a little undercut there so it would have stopped peeling down, but I was trying to do it late there in the game, but it's fine. The reason I'm doing like that 3-cut method up here, because I want this to kind of peel back to the tree to take some of the shock off of the, since we're not doing any wraps right now. As this peels back, it is taking some of the shock out of the rope when it catches it on the ground down there. But this stops it peeling from back to my sling. This anchor that I'm doing, let's put this single line here. I got this from Stillborn. Mike over at Stillborn, he taught me this move right here. It's where you throw the rope up and over one limb and it comes back down. And most people, you know, they go around the base of the tree, but Mike says that this is a safe way to do it. So I started doing it because of him. So, nah, he didn't give me that tip, but I know he definitely approves of it. Once again, I let that come back to the tree so he could soak up all the, that was kind of a bit of a negative there, so he could soak up all that extra rope and then slowly let it down versus just sending it and letting him grab all that momentum. Jake's just a little guy, so you know, you got to think about that. I'm gonna send the top. Yeah, the top broke out in this thing back in the day, so it just stops here and it's got like some crazy limbs maybe a nest in there, I don't know, but I'm just gonna send it right out here. I don't want it to float out and get to the deck here, so I'll kind of keep it over here. I'll go just to the right of you. I'll go right here. Okay.
All right, see, turns out we're about 12 inches from the deck.
I will chunk a piece down and then we'll do some negative rigging.
Keeps good, mate.
All right, let's rig some down. So the first thing I'm going to use is this pocket sling. It's through Westspur. Iron Street is like a Westspur company, and they're the ones that do the splicing here. And what I like about this stuff is they send you with the cards that tells you what the safe working load limits are. For example, this is a 5/8 pocket sling, and on this card it says 5/8 1598, so 1,600 pounds choked on this 5/8 pocket sling. 1,600 pound working load limit. That's 10-to-1 ratio. I don't know, I think maybe one time in my entire tree career have I sent a 1,600 pound log. Normally they're probably 800 to 1,000, maybe 1,200, but 1,600, that's a huge log. This is a 12-foot sling. They make them shorter. I buy the bigger ones because my trees are bigger. But what the good thing about it is it can be small. Even though it's a 12-foot sling, I'll just use the first pocket on it. You know, you can see how tight that is. It's gonna be totally fine. The ring here is rated, gosh dang, 125 kN, kilonewtons. So 225 pounds per 1 kilonewton. That's a lot of weight. This is like a bulletproof ring right here. The only thing about it is obviously you have to take the carabiner off to put it through the ring and then put your carabiner back on. Whereas the next sling I'll use with the block. With the block, you know, you can just take the rope on and off real easy, but with the ring, you got to run the rope through to the ring. You guys know this. So I'm gonna do a couple here with the ring, and then I'll do a couple here with the block. Yeah, also, I took the tag off of mine, but when you buy these slings, they come with a signature on them on who spliced them, and a date as well of when they were made. So I like that. I feel like it you know, makes me feel a little bit better about using a sling, because if you think about it, guys, you buy like a sling off Amazon or eBay or something, and yeah, it's cheap, but you're sending a log, dude, and if it breaks the sling, you got to be able to trust your equipment, because you could smash a house or a fence or whatever. So really, it's really important that you use really good quality gear. That's why I buy my stuff through Westspur and Iron Street, because I really trust their work, and they trust it too, and they sign off on it with their own name. I got all this extra tail. I don't have to do any special wraps on the tree with it. It's choked off through the loop here, so I'll just keep it to the side or whatever, it doesn't matter. For me, if I'm using these rings here, this is probably something I'm gonna want to use when it's gonna be set in the same place for a while. I'm not taking it on and off the tree, because you know, each time you want to move the sling down to make the loop bigger, you're gonna have to untie your knots and everything. So if you don't want to, you know, have multiple pieces in a system, like having a block and everything, then you could use this over and over and over. It just takes a little extra time to set up, because you have to untie and tie. But I do like that this is like a bulletproof ring. That's really cool. And this will add some friction up top versus the pulley that I'm going to use next. It's going to run smooth. This is going to run smooth too. These rings are a beast. We'll just take this, and a lot of guys will do like a half hitch on these, but I'm not going to, because I've got this lot of friction, a lot of grab here. When this comes off, it's not going to float off the wood. Come on, guys, give me a calf wrap. It's a little smaller than I wanted. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Nice. You could do a running bowling, or you know, I'll tie this one up with the rope just like this for now. You do a running bowling on it, no big deal. I use carabiners. I trust them. Some people don't. It's all personal preference.
Yeah, that is not cool. That was 2.
Didn't run at all. It's a pretty heavy log. It's called going for a ride right there.
Okay. Ooh. There we go. Yeah.
So I'm gonna rig one more log here. I'll use the pocket sling with the block on it, but I don't want to take this stem all the way down, because I think what we're gonna do is we'll use this stick here to rig all these alders. I could do some bigger pieces if we can just, you know, we have this high point here. That'll make that side a lot easier. So I'll just negative rig one more and we'll keep this up, and then I'll come back to it after the alders are gone and chunk this the rest of the way down. Okay, so here's the block I'm gonna use. We'll take the sling here, go around the tree. With this pocket sling here, with the, see here with the block, I can easily take this on and off. And in fact, I'll just take this rope, go ahead and throw it through here, and then screw on the lock. I'll be all set. Now this is a steel. I say steel so much, like the chainsaw brand, that when I say steel, like the metal, I mess them up. This is a steel carabiner here, so you know, if you're rigging a log, you don't want to probably be using aluminum. You want something rated for a lot more. But this is all secured here, so now I'll do my notch, hook this up, and then we'll be ready to go. Hang on tight in case I go for a ride. Nice job. That was real smooth, Jake. So you guys can see there the slings here again by iron. I'll put on the screen here what type of sling this pocket sling is here. You can see there how it works. Really good quality. This thing's bulletproof. I mean, this setup is bulletproof. It really is. The weak link here would be the carabiner or the rig line. This is 1/2 inch rig line, by the way. You could go 5/8, you could go a little bit bigger, but 1/2 inch is still rated for, you know, 6,000 to 7,000 pounds. That log's probably only 300 pounds, so 10-to-1 ratio there would be 3,000. We're within our safe rigging zone for this setup. So now I'm gonna leave this block in the tree, and we're gonna rig these 3. It's like 2.5 alders out. We're gonna rig them out using this stick right here. So I'll go down and go well nose.
All right, guys, I got the opportunity to bring you behind the scenes today. This is what it looks like. These guys standing around, passing ropes and carabiners back and forth to each other.
Talking about it.
Let's just stand around and talk about it.
Let's just talk about it. All right, yeah, let's stop and talk about it. So what do we?
Who did I say that to? Was that you? I said that I was like being real smart to somebody.
It was somebody.
Somebody was just like wanting to talk about something. I was trying to work.
That sounds like me.
And I was like, let's just stop and talk about it.
Yeah.
But I was jokingly doing it.
Oh, but then I started actually talking about it. What do you got to say about that, Jake?
I think it's pretty accurate.
All right, I got 2 rig lines attached to me here, and
Black on this, so it's just at the base.
sure. We'll go up here and we'll attach this to the top of the tree. Do a little crane pick with it. Here's where I'll hook up the rig line. Rig line's on. You guys can tension up on that. Just do like 4 wraps, you know. Milk that thing all the way out. Hang on a second. I wish that line up there wasn't crossed. See how it's crossed at the pulley? Because it's not a it's not an omni block. It's fixed. So give me your strand of rope and I'll just fix it from up here. Okay, we're straight now. So all I have to do is go low enough where it won't invert. I gotta go far enough where the bottom weighs more than the top. I'm gonna have a tag line on it on this side to control the swing. I think probably here should be good. So just to show you guys what's up, I got a tip tie way up there on this top. Goes over to this stem right here, which is what I just worked on. And I've got a guy line on this side back here. Just kind of threw some limbs here to slow it down just a hair as it goes across. All right, here we go. That was pretty smooth. Yeah, too much bigger and we just run out of yard space. So now I'm just gonna do that a couple more times, like with the stick that I'm on probably. And then with those tops behind me, I'm probably gonna keep using this technique. This is probably 12 to 1500 pounds.
I would say
1500 pounds.
Just with all that limb
Tip tied, all those limbs still on it, and this little guy line on the back side here wrapped around the tree. Here we go. That's perfect.
That was so sick. You see how close it came to the deck, right?
I mean, it's all tied up, so.
Oh, you're about to.
The one thing I didn't account for there was this line coming down.
On you?
There's no weight on it. It was literally just to hold that, to slow it down, but I should have been positioned on that side probably. There's a big old stick in the yard now. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do that, but we got our last little pick here. This was a 3-pick tree. We don't have a crane.
No,
but
right here.
The cranes are over there. We're figuring out how to do it without the crane. But this was a 3-pick tree, basically. And yeah, that limb's pretty wild way over there, but it'll swing in. It might brush the deck of hair, but it'll be, most likely won't.
We're just mainly trying to protect this beautiful 1992 Starlight shed.
Starlight. I think we'll protect it. Kind of set sideways, but watch this. We lost a lot of tension in this, but it's okay. Just hang on to it. All right, so got my tip tie right here. Still under, it's not quite level with it, which is good. And now I just have to go down and decide how big to make the piece. Same thing so that it doesn't invert. And then I got this one to my right I gotta do still too. Let's do like 5 wraps again. I'm just gonna peel it from here. It's gonna wanna naturally go out into that yard. So it's gonna peel and then turn towards you guys.
keep holding, keep holding. Okay, now set it down. Yeah, I'll process it now.
So he's gonna process it up in that position there, which is a great idea. Keep it off that fence down there. We're a little limited by our space. Little log pick here. I got the tagline on the back side here so it doesn't go crazy swinging over there. Same thing, it's gonna come out towards the neighbor's house and then turn towards your tree. Very nice. I'll let my side out here 1 second.
The tagline made it way boring.
Boring is sometimes good.
Yeah, but I was excited. I was like, oh, oh, oh.
Let it come back on your, there you go.
Just got nothing. All wraps.
We do have to rig one limb down before I can pull this stem, so we'll just tip tie it and rig this one straight down. Okay, you're all set, guys. I'll just cut it up when it comes down. I'm gonna trap this butt in too, so it comes down even smoother. Yep, keep going. He's gonna cut it up a little bit. See, if I didn't have this button secured, it would have came down and hit the fence.
Oh, for sure.
Nice. Might as well take these couple of limbs off too, since we're all set up for rigging. All right, this next pick or pull or whatever is a little different because it leans away from the stem we're rigging off of. It's leaning out here pretty straight, so I need to notch it and get it to swing away from me and all the way back over here. So what I'm doing is, obviously we have the top tip tied to the rigging, but I'm gonna have Eric use this other line as a pull line to pull it out there, so that I know where the top's going away from me. And I can be on the back side of it over here and it'll swing out here away from me towards the house. Actually get my rope out of this.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
I was like, why am I so comfortable right now?
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
I better take that knot out. If I don't, I'll regret it. It'll get caught in a union up there and then I'll be really upset. Yeah, prissy. Where the heck did that word come from in your vocabulary? Yeah, we don't want to be prissy. I'm gonna aim this right at the house. Okay. If I try to go towards that tree, it'll probably still sit back. Plus I have these limbs above me that can smack me. So I needed to go towards you. That's my goal here. Yeah, exactly. Once this tree comes off the stem here and it's starting to move,
Let it go.
you're gonna have to let that go. It'll run right through your hands.
Yeah.
All right, everybody set? Let me notch it and then I'll have you pull Eric. Pull Eric. Hold on. I don't like this. Eric, come out here. Yeah, yep. You need to pull this thing over, Eric. Okay. Let me check the hinge first. I can cut it a little more.
Here, let me get some tension on it.
Let's see what you can do there. And make sure that doesn't catch your feet. Perfect. Great. Beautiful. That was great. Yeah, that line angle over there, I saw that butt coming off right in my lap.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not doing that today.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fun by being a little bit scary. Awesome. we'll probably swing one more log. This will be our last pick for this method. I'm up here, you know, tip tight on this log with this guideline on it, going around the tree a couple times just to slow it down as it swings that way. I'll get this out of here, and then I'll just, you know, we'll pull the rest of the stem over, and then I'll go back up this tree and chunk it out. That looks pretty cut up right there. A little more to go. I'm hanging on to it.
Here, I'll hang on to it.
We need it to stop swinging.
Just bust through the fence.
Boosh. Last pick of the day. Smash. Come on over. Come on out of there. Come out of there. Little tiny stick. Boink. Dang, look at Jake's hinge. That looks good. Dang, look how smooth that is. You can't even hear it turning. That is smooth as butter, that pulley. What is this? I think it's an ISC pulley. Let's see, yeah, ISC 100 KN overall, 20 KN on each side. It must be a safe working load limit though. What's it say? Yeah, safe working load limit, 20 KN. It's a beast of a pulley.
I'll help you fork over here.
Can you guys stop trying to fork each other down there?
I'll fork and help you right forking over here.
Fork? All they're saying down there is fork. Fork, 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 fork.
I'd fork and love to fork and help you.
500i, 20-inch bar. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Time to move some wood. That's why we have the mini skid here. I think it's a little bit more narrow than the Avant that I have. And it's got more lifting capacity, so it's perfect for this job. And I know Jeff Schroeder, you just bought one of these, so that's pretty cool, man. You can see it here, we're using it. You know though, I mean, you own it, you have one. Watch how it barely fits through here. So we'll see how much we can get in the back of this trailer. There's a lot of wood here still, you know, all the fir. Then we got alder and cherry over there. Probably gonna have to go on top. That's a heavy load of wood. Perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all out. Let me show you the backyard here. See what our end product looks like, our end of our service, basically how clean it is. People don't show that. Do they show that? I don't know if they show that, but I'm gonna show it. Coming on back, all wrapped up. If I'm being honest, my wife gets mad at me if I don't show the end of it, so there she goes. There you go, I showed it. Now you can see. We'll see you guys later.